So now we've made it into December 8th, and check out what we've got going here. 38 degrees right now at 10 o'clock in the morning. It actually feels pretty good. What cracks me up, if you look at this, they always put feels like. So I think when I just looked, it said this one was feels like 45 degrees. If it feels like it's 45 degrees, then it's 45 degrees. I just don't get it. We've actually got plants on one half of the greenhouse, and they're doing really good. So now it's time, since Ricky and Julian are out of here on the left side of my greenhouse, I decided I'm going to put another table up over here and use the containers on top. So that way when we transition into next year, I'll already have tabletops in here for all my seed starting or any small plants that I'm going to get going when the temperatures change it. Because I am definitely realizing that having a greenhouse is really cool once you get it dialed in. The key is figuring it out and getting it dialed in. So today we're going to go ahead and work on that project, and you're going to want to check it out at the end because I have a whole flat of lettuce, spinach, and I forget what the other one is, but we're going to bring them out here and plant them into pots, and I'll give you a chance to see what the ones that have been out here for a while have been doing. Before we get rolling though, I don't know if I've told everybody, this is my greenhouse. It's not huge. It's a 10 foot by 12 foot. It's the Anna White design that the plans are free here on the internet. I will try to remember to link them in the comments below. It's really not that hard to build. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have to have building skills and you want to have the right tools, that kind of stuff. You definitely want to make sure you've got the right saw. A chop saw is perfect for this design, for getting those easy angles to make it look like a barn. Once you build it though, Home Depot and Lowe's has the poly panels for the top and the metal that go around the side, and it's a really good design. It's not insulated, but it definitely extends your seasons. Plans are free. Check it out if you decide you want to build a greenhouse. It makes building an actual greenhouse so much cheaper and so much easier than what you would find anywhere else. This is 4 or 5 years, might be 5 years old now, and it's still in great condition. It's still doing great. I really, really like this, and for my next greenhouse, I'll probably just double or triple the length of this one. I've got a buddy who actually got me onto this idea, and he built one that is double the length, so 24 feet. I think he went 24 feet. I don't know, he might have chopped it just a little bit, but basically just doubled everything on one of these, and it turned out awesome. He even did the half doors, kind of like you would have in the old barns, where the top swings open and the bottom can stay. Really, really just cool, strong design, and you won't go wrong if you do it. So if it's ever been a dream of yours to have a greenhouse, look into the Anna White. I'm not affiliated with it in any way, shape, or form, but it just did so much for me, finding the free plans and being able to follow those. So as I've told you, this is my first year really playing with cold weather crops or cool weather crops, and it's not going so great outside. Things are still alive and still growing, but definitely not at a rate that I need it to be. In the greenhouse though, everything's recovering pretty good. The kale over here is doing really good. The lettuce that was in with it didn't make it, so that kind of gives me an indicator on I've been having issues already with some lettuce. I'm going to try to replant lettuce in this one, and I've got some I'll bring out here today. Then I've got the Kale Premier in this 10-gallon pot, and it seems to have come back really well. And I think, yeah, that's the kale that I grew all season and then saved it and brought it in here. Look at the stem on this one. Back here we have a Swiss chard doing really good, and a Bok Choy hidden back there behind it. Another Kale Premier and a Bok Choy. And then this is the little 3-gallon pot that I did the video on sneaking over to my son's house and showing you. He forgot about it. Giant bok choy leaves, and I've been trimming off of it, feeding it to the chickens. And then he's got lettuce all in here. It's packed in there super tight, but it's doing really healthy. Not my Nature's Cross though. My Nature's Cross is done. My 3-gallon Reaper is done. And my 3/4 gallon Reaper is done. Compare that to my outside horse trough bed, and it's doing really well too. So this is the one that's in the little kind of cutout nook with my porch. Doesn't get as much wind over here. I've been using this cover, and actually I've been leaving it right about where it's at right now. If I go all the way down, it creates too much moisture in there, and at night everything like ice freezes. I do have one lettuce that's doing okay down here, and then the one on the left I think is done. What they call the dinosaur kale is doing pretty well. It's rebounding and getting that thick dark green. And both of my collards back there seem to be liking it as well. They've actually started to take, and they're looking good. And then I have another Swiss chard there. Behind this bed, uncovered on the left, I have bok choy. Right here in the center, spinach, and Swiss chard in your upper right corner. Uncovered, never had a cover on them. And they're actually looking pretty good. I like what I'm seeing here. Then we have the outside beds. If you watched a previous video of mine, I showed some pictures of this covered in snow completely. So uncovered, but the bok choy plants up front have been there all year. These were the ones that the seeds dropped off, restarted, and I've just let them go. In the back, not looking too great, but bok choy really seems to like it. Then bed number 2. We've kept this cover right about where it is right now. And it does look a little bit better, but it has kale and spinach in the back corner. So it's holding on even though it's freezing every night. And then we have the more established bed, the original one. Again, most of the time keep it like this. I might pull it down just a little bit more. But everything seems to be doing well that was established in here. That kale is actually starting to look good. But then you compare that and see what things are doing inside the greenhouse right now, and it's pretty evident that having the greenhouse changes everything. So what I'm gonna do is put the tables up on the other side, and I'll do my normal showing you little clips as things change in here, and we'll come back for a conclusion and show you what we're planting in here. Let's get you a good view up here high. Just to give you an idea of how different climate is inside the greenhouse versus outside, this pot is the one Ricky was in, and if you look, I can work this soil just fine. This one has been sitting outside, and I gotta let that sit in here for a while before we can plant it. I'll run grab the plants that are gonna be in here, and we'll plant this one, and then we'll let the soil thaw on all the other ones. These are the greens that I planted. I want to say it was like a month ago, but I'll go back on the videos and look and print it up here. So we've got the Tower Garden Gourmet Lettuce, Olympia Spinach, and the Burpee Kale Premier that we're going to move in out here. Now this is the soil Ricky was in, so it got nutrients every watering. The soil should be in really good shape. And you can see it sinks, like we've talked about before, the shrinkage. And we're just going to pull this out, add in some new compost, and we're ready to put the plants back in. And mulch it all in. So I get the question, is the greenhouse really worth it or not? And if you can take the time and you have the patience to get the greenhouse dialed in and figure it out, like this year now we're trying cold weather crops. I've tried a ton of other things in here and I don't think it'll work, and I think I was wrong by doing it. I should have just went to cool weather crops to begin with and grew them in here, because right we are in Colorado. So is it worth it? It's absolutely worth it. For the seed starting part especially, at the beginning of the season and getting plants big and strong without having to spend a bunch of money on a light bill because you've got the power of the sun out here, it's definitely worth it. So if you have the means to do a greenhouse or do coverings or anything like that, it usually pays off in the long run. And there's definitely going to be more greenhouses in my future. I can already see it. I think I want to put one out there by the chicken coop or even on the property next door, because my son and I are in the process of opening that up for next year. So we're going to double our size for next year's YouTube. We're going to let this soil warm up and get ready, and then we'll do a video at the end of the week of putting everything in and see how it goes. Remember, you don't have to be a prepper to be prepared, and I'll see you on the next one.